All right, so from yesterday, incomplete, complete dominance. Do they follow normal genetic rules?
No.
All right, they don't follow our normal, everyday, simple, dominant over recessive rules. Okay, we're going to add another one today. All right, it's called multiple alleles. When two or more alleles exist for the same trait. All right, blood type. For us, to relate it to us, blood typing falls into this category. Okay? So if we look down at that example there, 4 possible blood types. You can be A, B, or O. Do you know what you are? You should know. You need to find out. Okay? It's an important thing for you to know what blood type you are. Several reasons. You go in the hospital and they need to give you blood, you better know what type you are. Because they give you the wrong blood, you dead. Okay? You got to know what type of blood you are. What?
If you don't know, what would they test you?
You can go to the doctor and ask them. They'll draw a blood sample and test it and tell you what type you are. All right? You also have RH factors that are in there too, like A positive, O negative. We're not going to get into all that. We're just going to look at the 4 blood types and how they work. Okay? What?
Do any of the blood types like A through O show anything about your body?
Nope. It's just what protein you have in your blood. That's pretty much what it is. Okay. So we're going to look at the blood types today. We're going to look at how you can determine. You could possibly figure it out from your parents, or if you know yours, you can figure out what your parents are, based on what we get from today. All right. So here are 3 different alleles for blood type. You can have, and we have these little superscripts over here. Blood, we use the I. Big I is dominant, little I recessive. Big I-A is type A blood. Big I-B, type B. And little I is O. What's that little I mean? Recessive. So if you're going to have type O, what do you have to have? You have to have how many? 2 recessives. You got to get one from each parent to be type O. Okay? Type O is good and bad. Anybody know what the good is about type O? What?
You can give it to like anybody, right?
You're the universal donor. Anybody can take type O blood. The bad thing about type O, you can only get type O, which means it's harder to find when you need blood. All right. Different things, different advantages to different types. All right. So here are all of our different possible ways to get blood types. We have homozygous dominant IAIA. That's a type A blood. All right. IA little I is type A, because which one's dominant? Is the A or the O dominant? The A is dominant. All right. A and B are both dominant to O. Okay. So you have the same thing for type B. You got IB, that's B blood. IBI, that's B blood. Now, IAIB gives us type B, AB blood. Are these 2 dominant to each other?
Yeah.
Does one take over? No, that's why we have type AB blood. What would that be considered from yesterday? Codominance. We have codominance within an allele that also shows dominance. See how this gets confusing? Okay. And then, of course, 2 little i's is type O. Okay. So here's what a Punnett square would look like. Some of us got a little confused on the last test when you had the fruit fly question that had the E plus. Does the plus mean anything in that situation? No, that was just the dominant allele, E plus. But some of y'all focused on that plus and go, why? Don't worry about it. Here, we have to worry about it. We got to know what these superscripts mean. So if a mom is type AB, she has a allele for A and allele for B. 50-50 chance of passing that each one down to their kid. Okay? The dad is type B. Are their possible offspring, 50% will be AB like mom, 50% will be BB like dad. Okay? Can you, if you know what you are, can you figure out what your parents were? Yeah. All right. If you know what your parents are, can you figure out possible what you'd be? Yes. Okay. It's always good. I was a blood donor from my father. My father had 3 heart bypass surgeries done. Was on a heart transplant waiting list when he died. I was his donor. Okay. I had the same blood as my father. So I knew that if something happened, I go to the hospital, I had to give blood for him. Because when you do heart transplant, it takes lots and lots of blood. All right. Knowing what you are is important. For more than just you, it's for other things as well. Okay. So our first sample. Woman with type O blood. What's going to be her genotype? It's recessive. Little. And a man who is type AB, he's going to have, I'm going to write it down here, we got little. Type AB is going to be recessive. Little. And a man who is type AB, he's going to have, I'm going to write it down here, we got little. Type AB is going to be big I, big A, big I, big B. There's our dad. Sorry, I'm going to run you over. What are the possible blood types of their babies? Easy Punnett square. Do it just like we normally do. One on one side, one on the other, and then fill it in. What are going to be my possible outcomes from these two parents?
A or B?
Mom's gonna, or dad's gonna give an A or a B. Mom can only give what? Little I, because she's an O. So all of their kids are going to be what types? What types do you say?
A and B.
They can be A or B. Will they ever have an O child? No. What's the only way they could have an O child? Dad has to have one of these. That's the only way they can have an O child. So if they take their kid to the hospital and has to have surgery and they say, hey, your son's type O blood. Something's not right. Something's not right. That's not their child. Had a friend in college when we did this we actually did blood testing on ourselves in college to determine our blood types. He came up with a certain blood type. He knew his mom and dad's blood type. There was no way possible he could be that blood type. That's how he found out he was adopted. There was a story a few years back about a child who had to go in and have surgery. They were like 2 or 3 years old, had to have surgery done, doing the blood typing and everything. Found out that the child could not have come from the two parents.
They were mixed up in little baby carriages.
They mixed the children up in the nursery. Things happen.
So what they do, just give the child?
Ain't nothing you can do because you don't know which baby was which one got mixed up. There's 100 babies in that nursery. Things happen. All right, example number 2. I ain't gonna do any good. It's gonna make the heater turn on. Example number 2. What are the chances of a woman with type AB blood? What's going to be her genotype?
A and B. Big I, big A, big I, big B.
All right. And the man with type A, do I know what type A he is? Because he could be this, or he could be that. One of those two, because they're both type A.
There's still no.
What's the chance of them having a type O child?
0%.
0. Why?
Because there's no other little I.
There's not a recessive.
Mom has to have a little I as well. Okay?
And then somehow they still.
They come up with a type O child. Something happened. Mailman was there a little too long.
Yes, sir. What is that?
Third one. Oh, here we go. Here's how things work in our world. A test was done to determine the biological father of a child. The child's blood type is A. So what are my two possible genotypes for this child? IAA or IA little I. Type A. The mother, hit you in the head every time I saw her. Mother is type B, so what are her two possible?
I could be little, or I could be little I.
There's her two possible. Man 1, I don't know who the daddy is. Man 1 has type O. What's his? Little. Man 2 has AB. What's his?
Big
Which man is the daddy?
Wait, what type does the child have?
A and B.
So what type does a child?
You are.
Oh, A.
Think about it. Mom is B.
Man number 1.
All right.
It's 2.
So what's the only thing? Focus. What's the only thing mom can give? She can either give
B.
a B or a little I. Okay? If the child is type A, which one did she give the child?
I.
Could she give him this one?
No.
No, because the child is A. So this is what mom gave. All right?
And A is what the.
Which means this is the child's blood type. Which is the dad?
2.
Second.
Man number 2, because he gave that A to the child.
This is confusing.
All right?
But the other guy gave the little I.
When you have paternity cases where trying to prove that you're the father, this is what they do. They take the blood types, they find who has what blood type, who carries what alleles, and it's pretty simple to determine who's the daddy. Okay? It's really simple.
I thought they could DNA test, like swabbing around.
Do that too. They'll do that to confirm.
Doesn't the guy,
Both of them.
the guy number 1 give the little I? Is that not bad?